Jai Gurudev, Dr. Madam. I was putting up on YouTube. Yeah,
Jai
please go ahead.
Gurudev.
Please go ahead.
Okay. Om. 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 Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Mavit Ishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadasivasamarambam Sankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudiraya. So we were doing we didn't go to step 3, I think. We read up to step 3. Should I read the step 3 until some people show up? Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Jai Gurudev, Dr. Mada, can you enlarge it a bit?
You want me to
can you enlarge it a bit?
enlarge it? Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that good? Okay. Can you see it okay now? Okay. Are we doing the slokam in the beginning, Dr. Brahmara, or just like just read this part?
Yeah, maybe you can play the shloka. We're anyway playing the shloka in the end. That's fine. We'll just go ahead and read.
Okay. Verse 1. Vedo madhiyatam. Vedo madhiyatam. Taduditam karma swanushtiyatam. Tene sasya vidhi yatmapachitihi. Kamye matisyajayatam. Papa Bhagvaha Parityuyatam Bhavasukhe Doshanusantyatam Atmecha Vyavasityatam Nijagraha Tumam Vinirgamyatam. So the word Veda is derived from the Sanskrit root which means to know.
I think we finished all this yesterday, no?
Yeah. I just I see, where are the Vedas? Okay. Yeah, we did this. Okay. I thought that was a Tatparya for
we
that.
Finished up until the
third
step.
Third step, right?
Yeah.
So should I start from the fourth step?
Yeah.
Okay. Step 4. Let the desire prompted activities be given up. As we follow the first three steps, we will become mature and desire prompted activities will drop off naturally. They will become mature and desire prompted activities will drop off naturally. We cannot give up desires by will. Performing our duties brings inner transformation and inner contentment, and slowly desire prompted actions drop off as we gain maturity. I'll read this line again, this para. As we follow the first three steps, we will become mature and desire prompted activities will drop off naturally. We cannot give up desires by will. Performing our duties brings inner transformation and inner contentment, and slowly desire prompted actions drop off as we gain maturity. How nice.
Yeah, on second thoughts, if you want to go back to 1, 2, 3, and then continue forward is also fine to get the train of thought.
Oh, the
Okay.
only reason I read that, see how
go ahead.
nicely.
Yeah, go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay. I thought, you know how when we read the sloka, they'll give you small tatparyam. That's what I thought that was. So it wasn't, I didn't need to go back reading the whole thing. But anyway, we can read fast and see. Step 1 is studying the Vedas daily. What are the Vedas? The word Veda is derived from the Sanskrit root with, which means to know, and is generally translated as the treasure of knowledge, or the source or means of knowledge. Hindu culture is essentially a Vedic culture called Vaidika Samskriti, since it is based on the authority of the Vedas. The Vedas are technically termed Shruti and or revealed knowledge. That they are revealed is an important point. They are not the composition of a human being, arrived at through intellectual and logical reasoning based on sense perception. For this reason, the Vedas are said to be aparushaya, not of human origin.
Apaurushaya.
Okay. Apaurushya, not of human origin, and are considered revelations. The scriptures say the Vedas are breath of God. The scriptures say the Vedas are the breath of God. Just as our breath emanates naturally and effortlessly from us, as long as we are alive, the Vedas are considered to be the very breath of the Lord Himself. This knowledge or Veda was revealed by the Lord to those great rishis who had purified, tuned, and made their minds single pointed through meditation. What do Vedas teach? The subject matter of the Vedas is classified into three parts: Karma Kanda, ritualistic portion; Upasana Kanda, worship portion; Jnana Kanda is a knowledge portion. Vedas point out that the purpose of human life is to realize and to know the absolute truth, the absolute reality, and not just to live superficially in the world of appearances. In order to know this truth, the mind must be prepared and purified. And so the first portion of the Vedas, the Karma Kanda, is meant for acquiring this purity of mind. The Karma Kanda is meant for acquiring the purity of the mind. What does studying Vedas daily mean? When we act and respond in this world to different situations and experiences, our actions and responses tend not to be objective. Okay, so our action responses tend not to be objective. They are often prejudiced, colored, and conditioned by our personal likes and dislikes, which are expressions of our vasanas, subtle impressions, and inherent tendencies gathered in innumerable lifetimes. When we act prompted by our vasanas, rather than guided by the knowledge of what is right and wrong, We strengthen these likes and dislikes. Which constitute the impurities of mind. The Vedas provide guidelines of how to conduct ourselves in daily life. Life is all about making choices. When we are ignorant about the goal of the life, we end up making inappropriate choices, or in other words, violate dharma. Studying of Vedas provides us with the goal of life and means of achieving that goal. By studying the knowledge revealed in Vedas, we can clarify our goal in life, follow the means to purify our mind, and achieve the goal. So that's a step number 1. The step number 2, perform the perform the duties diligently. Okay, perform the duties diligently ordained by the Vedas. As we saw in step 1, the Vedas teach that the purpose of human life is to realize and to know the absolute truth. So again, as we saw in step 1, the Vedas teach that the purpose of human life is to realize and to know the absolute truth. The absolute reality, and not just to live superficially in the world of appearances. In order to know this truth, the mind must be prepared and purified. Therefore, the first portion of the Vedas, the Karma Kanda, is meant for acquiring this purity of mind. Karma Kanda prescribes 5 types of karmas. Karmas that are to be performed and karmas that are to be avoided. All these karmas, actions, are to be done in the spirit of offering, spirit of duty. Nitya karma, the daily duties, nitya karmas are to be performed. Nitya karma is done in the form of 5 yajnas, also known as Panchmaga yajna. Yajna means offering. Brahma yajna, prayers to Guru. Yajna means offering. The first one is the Brahma yajna, prayers to Guru, Rishis, Vedic scriptures. We need to know reverence and gratitude to our Vedas and Guru. It is because of them we grow. Prayers to Guru can be performed through rituals like Pada Puja, studying the Vedas, reflecting on the teachings, and following the teachings in our life. Contribution in the form of preserving the teachings and spreading the teachings. So it's also preserving and spreading the teachings. Deva Yajna. Any form of worship of God, puja, rituals, visiting temples, etc. Devatas are sun, moon, air, space, water, etc., who govern our life. Pitru Yajna, prayers to prayers to parents, forefathers, ancestors. So Pitru Yajna is a prayer to parents, forefathers, and ancestors. Taking good care of one's parents is a yajna. Parents should be treated like God, and we need to serve them with the same attitude of service to God. For the deceased parents and forefathers, one should perform rituals like Tarpanam and Shraddham. Manushya Yajna, service to humanity, is also an important yajna. Service through our work, charity, teaching, etc. Bhuta Yajna. This includes service to plants, trees, the animal kingdom, as well as one's environment. Nowadays, not harming the environment in itself is a great service. One can grow trees and plants, feed cows, dogs, crows, and even provide a keep bowl of water for thirsty birds. All these help in ecological balance. By all means, we should resist cutting trees and try to do our part in refraining from polluting the atmosphere, and by exercising control on our consumption of gas, electricity, and various usage of gadgets, etc., in our daily life. Naimitika karma. Occasional duties like marriage, Upanayanam, thread ceremony, Shraddha, Tarpanam. So those are the duties like marriage, Upanayanam, Shraddha, and Tarpanam is Naimitika karma. Kamya karma, reduce desire prompted actions. So Kamya karma reduce the desire prompted actions. Desire prompted actions are those that are done for personal fulfillment, like accumulating excess wealth, working for name and fame. Any egoistic activities that are done for selfish reasons. Nishiddha karma. These are the karmas that are to be avoided. All adharmic actions are to be avoided. Any choices or actions that are transgress universal values like hurting others, cheating, etc., are to be avoided. Prayachitta karma. If one has transgressed the dharma, they can perform prayachitta karma or actions done for atonement. One can follow prayachitta karma prescribed in the scriptures, or one can choose actions like chanting japa, going to temple, performing rituals, etc. as atonement. Why should we perform all these karmas and Panchamaga yajnas? The Vedas teach us to live a life of dharma. Our life is supported by other human beings, other animals, devatas, our forefathers, and sages, saints. All these 5 types of beings contribute to our life. It is our duty in turn to contribute to other beings. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita teaches that those who don't contribute back and only consume are like thieves. All of life is interconnected and interdependent. So we need to play our role in contributing back. We are recipients of other services. So we should participate in the spirit of returning that favor. What happens if we don't contribute back and only fulfill our personal needs and wants? Vedas says that when we don't perform our duties, we are violating dharma and will incur sin. Sin means papa or unfavorable situations. Papa is that which inhibits our true nature and joy in life. So sin means papa or unfavorable situations. Papa is that which inhibits our true nature and joy in life. This does not mean that we should perform our duties out of fear. The idea is to understand the big scheme of things and realize our role. Teachings of Vedas is what we sow, what is what we reap. Step 3. Dedicate all actions, duties as worship of the Lord. In step 2, all the duties were performed as obligations. Right, about the karma kanda, right? In step 3, going one step further, all actions, duties are performed as an act of worship of the Lord. So step 2, we are performing all actions as obligations. The third step is that we performed as an act of worship of the Lord. Going another step further and doing all actions as act of worship, we are usually worshipping our ego. So we're usually worshipping our ego. We are constantly planning how to gratify our ego, concerned about our security and happiness. If we observe our mind, we will know whom we are worshipping, our ego or God. We are constantly focusing on my needs, my security, my happiness, my interest, etc. Replace all these thoughts and attitudes with worship of Ishvara. Gradually, this will result in turning our mind towards Ishvara. Who is the Lord? Why should I worship the Lord? Source of all beings, source of everything in creation is the Lord. It is because of the Lord that the whole creation is functioning. It is the Lord who gives us everything in our life. We don't create anything. We are just an instrument in the hands of the Lord. By offering all our actions as worship, we gain purity of mind. What does it mean to offer our actions as worship to the Lord? We are performing actions every day, but those actions are meant for personal fulfillment. Converting all those actions as offering Ishvanarpana Buddhi. So, converting all those actions as offering is Ishvararpana Buddhi. It becomes worship, offering our actions as a service to people around us. Also, when we receive the results of our actions, if we have acceptance, prasada buddhi, it becomes worship. Usually, we get excited or depressed when we don't get the results we want. By having prasada buddhi, we recognize the Lord as the giver of the results. Whatever actions we do, they need be following dharma and should not transgress dharma. When we follow dharma, we are worshipping the Lord, since the Lord is in the form of dharma. What do we gain by worshipping the Lord? By tuning the mind towards Ishvara, we gain a lot. Not only the Lord care of our needs, but we will also gain a steady, composed mind that will be prepared for self-knowledge. So, step 4. Let the desire-prompted activities be given up. As we follow the first 3 steps, we will become mature and desire-prompted activities will drop off naturally. We cannot give up desires by will. Performing our duties brings inner transformation and inner contentment, and slowly desire-prompted actions drop off as we gain maturity. Wholeness is our nature. We are whole and complete. We are whole and complete. We don't know that our true nature is whole and complete. So, this wholeness is our nature. We are whole and complete. We don't know that our true nature is whole and complete. We attempt to gain fullness through desire-prompted actions. With the spirit of service and sacrifice, we gradually discover our true nature. We seek external success. Success is a state of mind. True success is in discovering composed, peaceful state of mind. External success not only makes us more and more dependent, but also does not give lasting satisfaction. True happiness and success cannot be there as long as we have negative tendencies True success is to stop being demanding person, a competing person. Stop being angry, greedy, and jealous. So I'll read this line again. True happiness and success cannot be there as long as we have negative tendencies. True success is to stop being a demanding person, a competing person, stop being angry, greedy, and jealous. Gaining emotional maturity, ego based desires, dropping off, becoming sensitive to others' needs, or some signs of growth. So, again, gaining emotional maturity, ego based desires dropping off, becoming sensitive to others' needs, or some signs of growth. We become kind, generous, forgiving, and compassionate. There's lots of points here. Okay. I'll go ahead and finish this second question also. What is wrong in pursuing desire prompted activities? Then we can do manana on this. What is wrong in pursuing the desire prompted activities? Without desires, there is no motivation to work. So first question is, what is wrong with the desire prompted activities, pursuing desire prompted activities? Without desire, there is no motivation to work. Krishna teaches in Gita that desire prompted actions have defects. First defect is pain. Desire based actions like acquiring wealth, name, and fame all involve a lot of effort, struggle. There is pain involved in acquiring, and there is pain in protecting what we acquire. What we gain also doesn't stay with us forever. So there is pain involved in loss. Second defect, dissatisfaction. Desire based actions don't produce lasting satisfaction. When we don't have $1,000, we long for $1,000. Once we gain $1,000, we long for $10,000. We feel dissatisfied and want more. The third defect, attachment. Desire based actions also create bondage or attachment. When we don't have comfort and luxuries, we long for it. Once we acquire comforts and luxuries, we get used to them and get attached. Even thinking of losing the acquired comforts and luxuries can cause fear and anxiety. Attachment means we become dependent on the world of our happiness. Selfish desires lead to anger, greed, jealousy, pride, delusion, and fear. 6 enemies within. We probably read this somewhere in the 9th chapter. Anger, greed, jealousy, pride, delusion, and fear. 6 enemies within. Krishna does not teach us to drop all desire-based actions overnight, as that is not possible, since we are under the spell of our gunas, rajas and tamas. Krishna teaches us to slowly reduce desire-based actions and focus on performing our duties. Is there anything you want me to repeat in that step 4?
I think it's better that you repeat the
whole thing.
All step once. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I thought so. That step 4. Let the desire prompted activities be given up. The step 4 is to let the desire prompted activities be given up. As we follow the first 3 steps, we will become mature and desire prompted activities will drop off naturally. We cannot give up desires by will. Performing our duties brings inner transformation and inner contentment. And slowly, desire prompted actions drop off as we gain maturity. The fourth step is desire prompted action dropping. Wholeness is our nature. We are whole and complete. We don't know that our true nature is whole and complete. We attempt to gain fullness through the desire prompted actions. With the spirit of service and sacrifice, we gradually discover our true nature. We seek external success. Success is a state of mind. True success is in discovering composed, peaceful state of mind. External success not only makes us more and more dependent, but also does not give lasting satisfaction. So there is a difference between the external success and the true success. The true happiness. True happiness and success cannot be there as long as we have negative tendencies. The true success is to stop being a demanding person, a competing person, stop being angry, greedy, and jealous. Gaining emotional maturity. Ego based desires dropping off. Becoming sensitive to others' needs are some signs of growth. We become kind, generous, forgiving, compassionate. So when the desire prompted action is dropping off, these are the things that you gain. Becoming kind, generous, forgiving, and compassionate. The second giving this desire prompted activities. What is wrong in the other way to look at it? What is wrong in pursuing desire prompted activities? Without desires, there is no motivation to work. Krishna teaches in Gita that desire prompted actions have defects. The 3 defects they noted, right? First defect is pain. Desire based actions like acquiring wealth, name, and fame all involve a lot of effort, struggle. There is pain involved in acquiring, and there is pain in protecting what we acquire. What we gain also doesn't stay with us forever, so there is pain involved in loss. So that's the first defect by pursuing the desire-based activities. Second defect is a dissatisfaction. So dissatisfaction, desire-based actions doesn't produce lasting satisfaction. When we don't have $1,000, we long for $1,000. Once we gain $1,000, we long for $10,000. So we feel dissatisfied and want more. The third defect is the attachment. Attachment is desire-based actions also create bondage or attachment. When we don't have comforts and luxuries, we long for it. Once we acquire comforts and luxuries, we get used to them and get attached. But even thinking of losing the acquired comforts and luxuries can cause fear and anxiety. Attachment means we become dependent on the world of our happiness. Selfish desires lead to anger, greed, jealousy, pride, delusion, fear. 6 enemies within. Krishna does not teach us to drop all desire-based actions overnight, as that is not possible. Since we are under the spell of our gunas, rajas and tamas, Krishna teaches us to slowly reduce desire-based actions and focus on performing our duties. So slowly reduce desire-based actions and focus on performing our duties. So the fourth step is not pursuing the desire-based actions. And what is the advantage? What if you do pursue those activities? What can happen? That's what is described here. So please share your thoughts, or do you want me to read anything? To review this first three steps, right? That studying Vedas daily, and then second step is following that Vedas, what is said in the Vedas diligently, and then performing those karmas, right? That mentioned in the karma kanda. The reason being that helps the purity of the mind. But when you're performing the karma also, you have to do it with the dharma. And then the second step is when this karma's done as the worship of the Lord. So when you do it as a worship of the Lord with the Ishvara Arpana Buddhi, and whatever the results, you take it as Prasada Buddhi. And that's a third step. And the fourth step is desire-based actions to be given up. But slowly, surely, that if you give up and the maturity comes in, with the maturity, we gain compassion and having peace of mind, satisfaction in the true success in your life, and really realizing the whole and complete our nature, realizing our nature as a whole and complete.
So basically, following what is prescribed by the Vedas is taking us away from egocentric activity to what is ordained, what is prescribed duties. So therefore, the moment you're out of the egocentric, otherwise if your life is riddled with egocentric desires, then you're after the false success, which is name, fame, and wealth, and all the external, so-called external successes. But true success is a state of mind where you feel contented, fulfilled, and calm, irrespective of what is happening outside. And in fact, the very fact that we have desires is because we feel incomplete, because we do not know our true nature. Whereas we keep following what the Vedas have prescribed, and doing our duties as a worship, as a yajna, then we're moving towards, we're creating a conducive space for us to realize our true nature. See, in Tattva Bodh, we learned that it is because of ignorance, avidya, that you have these three. The three knots are avidya, kama, and karma. It's because we do not know our true nature that they're complete, full, purna. Because we are ignorant of that, we desire sprouts in order to do actions to kind of think we reach out to the external world to think that we are complete. We reach out to pursuing wealth, to pursuing name and fame, thinking that that will complete us, that will give us that completeness, not knowing that we are complete already. And very beautifully it is described here what will happen, because in Bhagavad Gita it is taught that desires are wrought with defects, desire based actions. Why? Because there are three things that happen. One is pain, second is dissatisfaction, that will lead you with having a lot of negative feelings, and then attachment.
Actually, the negative feelings, if you take that Mahabharata, we make, or even our own self, like the example is given, like $1,000 is not enough. You want to have more money. When you don't have anything, $1,000 is a big money, and then when you have $1,000, you want more money. That's how the mind goes. You want more and more and more for everything. So people become dissatisfied with this worldly activity, acquiring wealth and desire base like this. What drives us to do all these things? Attachment. The attachment also, that's another nicely given, right? Like all this comfort and luxuries you get, and you don't want to lose it. You get attached to those things. That's what becomes a problem for us with the titiksha because of these comforts and luxuries. So we want to get titiksha, then we have to get used to it without those things. Please share your thoughts, everyone. Isn't it really nice even to read that first three steps, how reading Vedas, that in that first step itself we read those first three steps helps us to clear our mind, and then go on to this, gives us maturity, and go on to this, the fourth step. By the time you get there itself, you're slowly dropping off the desire-based actions, it says. So we really have to write down this, what is the step that we're going to follow, and do it every day.
The fourth step, yeah, correct. What you said is right.
Yeah.
But every step has so many important pointers. Like, for
Right.
instance, just that fact of true success. What is true success?
Yeah. True success, like how nicely they described it, right? Like it's not like you're getting like money, fame, and all that stuff. As long as you're getting that peaceful state of your mind, in the sense you have the contentment, like, okay, this is enough for me, and okay, and what you have, that kind of thing kind of gives you that measures your success, not comparing with other people. Oh, that person has this $1 million home or something, and then I don't have that. What I'm successful, him working this much and I'm not able to make it, or something like that. That always gives you that dissatisfaction and the pain, right? I mean, it's like though that's what really what happens. So, every stage in our lives, not only as a grown-ups, even as a children, college level, or wherever we are. And And then based on even our own external appearances, we've been said like you are better person or like that kind of attitude and things like that. So success not because of the external success that we are looking always occurring from the other things rather than our own contentment. And the true happiness and true success
True
cannot
success.
be, yeah.
Please go on.
No, that cannot be there when we have this negative tendencies, like
Correct.
it says, like that's where it is, like so. We have to feel good with what we are doing with the dharma and stay with it.
So true success is taking care of overcoming our negative tendencies. True success is handling our own mind. That is why Gurudev says, if you know how to handle your mind, you can handle the world. Stop. True success is stop being a demanding person, being a selfish person, being a competitor. When does the aspect of competition start? When you only compare yourself with others.
Right.
And then see how all our life's activities, direction, our energy is directed towards acquiring that. How wasteful is that? And unknowingly, subconsciously, we are being driven into that. That is why following and doing our Nitya Karma, at least you will be doing what is prescribed, what is dharmic.
Yeah.
Your mind space is not occupied by competition, by demand, by all these things that are they're meant to fulfill your selfish and egocentric desire.
So this karma kanda part of the Veda, Dr. Brahmara, how are we going to read it? I mean, I know we know some of it by reading this, but is that you really going to Veda and read this? Like, how do we do it?
Yeah, I don't know
Mhm.
the answer to that.
Because Vedas are not like that easy also, right? And then they also say, oh, there's only certain people who can read this or all kinds of stuff. But anyway, we don't have to get into that.
No, I
but,
think they are ritualistic.
I know the karma kanda, to
Completely
know.
ritualistic. All this upanayana, that, this, etc. No?
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Upakarma daily we have to do Sandhya Vandana. All those. It all is all comes. And Pitru Yagna we are doing, in Pitru Yagna we do. And when we put Upakarma also, that time we...
but that's only once a year like that, right? But then...
No, Deva Yagna we are worshipping.
Deva Yagna we do that
and Brahma Yagna is all the gurus and rishis.
Right.
Nitya Karma is that all our... That's what offering... and we go to astrologer and they say you do this puja, that puja. This is all, it comes in the Karma Kanda only. So 80% of that is in Vedas, they say. And 20% is Vedanta.
Vedanta, right.
So now we'll not go into the ritualistic. We know this all. The karma, all this. And these all have come in the even in Bhagavad Gita also. How to do karma yoga. what
Right.
to expect, selfish, this one, seva, service. So all this we have studied almost. So I think we need not have to go to that ritualistic part of it. Karma kanda.
Yeah,
And those,
Hari Om.
yes,
Hari
please.
Om. Hari Om. Just I wish to say something here. I think you said 80% of Vedas is Karma Kanda.
That is
I do not think, no, I don't think Veda, the word Veda itself means knowledge.
Knowledge.
yeah.
So, what we are acquiring by studying the Vedas is knowledge. And talking about yajna, there is actually no paryaya padam or the equivalent term to describe yajna in any language. Actually, the nearest, the English dictionary says yajna means sacrifice. Yajna is not sacrifice, actually. And yajna is something that a whole community does to itself. Like now, today, what we say, someone is doing, he's doing a homa, he's doing a yajna in some ashram or temple or whatever. We say, okay, my contribution is 1,116 rupees or 2,000 rupees. That, and what we are doing that, and we are participating in yajna. No, we are not participating in yajna just by giving money. Talking about a ritual and all that. The ritual has a very, very lot of science behind it. So it is not just karma kanda, and Vedas are not 80% karma kanda. Actually, 80% or even more Vedas are jnanam, the knowledge. And what we do as a ritual is our payback to the gods. By gods, we say we are paying back to the gods, but we are paying back to Mother Nature. Mother Nature that is protecting us. So, in a way, we are only paying back to ourselves. In the Veda, in the yajnas, what we do is each kind of a yajna, not like today, we buy that homa ka podi and we put in every homa. Whatever homa you do, you put the same podi, same powder, and say, "Wow, I have done a homa, I have done a havan." And but for every kind of a thing, you need rains. There are a different samidhas. Samidha means the offerings that are put in the home kund. The samidhas differ. If you want rains, the samidhas differ. The different kind of twigs and the kind of ingredients that you put, those are the things that provoke and invoke the smoke that goes up, invokes and provokes the nature up there, the space, and makes rain come. That is why a properly done yajna for rains will bring rain, and the clouds. This is 100%. Whereas the cloud seedings that are done in the so-called modern science, the rate of success in cloud seeding is less than 50%. So this is what. And in Dasharath Maharaj in Ramayana, he did Putra Kameshti Yajna. The Putra Kameshti, the Yajna Purusha came out with the bowl of payasam. That gave children to him. That Yajna, the Samidhas will be different. Even today, we know there is something called a Pratyangira Homam. In the Pratyangira Homam, the ingredients they put are just 25 or 50 grams, and the resultant flame that goes, it goes and hits the roof. The ingredients differ. So each ingredient has its own effect, which till today, probably the science cannot comprehend it, how it happens and why it happens. Like, in the Taittiriya Upanishad, for example, it says, Annam Brahmeti Vyajanat. The verse goes on saying, every being is born out of Annam, that food. And the food when he dies, he goes back into the food and again he will be born as a food. It might look, it is not Brahman, but the cycle is explained there, the cycle. And I read recently somewhere that it is true. Like we all, after we are gone, we will get into the food cycle. And the food cycle, depending on your karma, you will get into the particular grains and you will be eaten by that particular creature again. It could be a human being, or it could be an animal, or it could be a bird. When you are born in a set of grains, for example, a farmer produces some 200 bags of rice. Some bags go to some shop, some bags go to some shop. And from the ration shop or from the grocery shop, you remember, you go to a supermarket, Mr. X buys a 5 kg rice, Y buys a 10 kg rice. We do not know what their personalities are, but the grains in that go to that particular person as per their karma when they were living beings. That bit of a prana that is in the grain could be you or me or anyone after we pass off. So that is how you get into the system of one particular thing, and there you become his virya, his reproductive power, and you get into that particular womb as per your karma. So you choose, your karma chooses a lot of things that happen in the future. So a lot of things that are happening to us now, we have chosen them few hundreds of years ago. This is how it is. This is all the knowledge that gives in the Vedas. What we are learning, even the explanations of Bhagavad Gita and all that, what we are learning is actually having much more deeper sense, meaning, and understanding. When we go into that depth, then we will really realize that what we understand of the Vedas now in our daily meeting online and discussion, it's much more deeper. That probably will take few generations or few births. And here I just wish to conclude saying, once I believe it was Vedavyasa or some sage who went to Lord Brahma and said, I want the complete knowledge. Then Brahma shows him a mountain beside him. He says, this is the complete knowledge. You just take a fistful of it. Put your hand into it, take a fistful of it. After you finish, you come back, you can take some more. And that person who went could not decipher the entire knowledge during his entire lifetime. That is the mountain of knowledge, bigger than Meru. Hari Om.
He
Yeah,
takes
it is
four.
very true.
He takes four fistful of what you call from the mountain, and those have become the Vedas. That is what Guruji has said.
Okay, so if that
Uh,
is the case, that four
hmm.
fistfuls of a mountain become a Veda, and then that gives us an indication of what
How much
actual
big
knowledge, how much
knowledge is,
big
very
the
very big.
knowledge is.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what it is.
That is why they say, no, the young couple who are aspiring to have babies should follow at least for 3 months to 6 months before conceiving the baby. Because then only you will be able to invite the sattvic soul. Otherwise, eating Zomato and Swiggy and all, what kind of soul will be attracted is not like, can't say anything.
Yeah, it is
So
already
it's
said. I
very
do not know
scientific.
about the 3 months rule or anything, but the what I just said, it is like, we order Swiggy, we order that, we order Zomato, Tomato, whatever it is, and you do not know through what kind of a what kind of a hands and chains that thing passes till the time it enters your mouth. So that is all, you are inviting all those vibes into you by ordering. So it's not, I'm not saying this to scare off people, or that you should not eat, you should not, no. But whatever it is like, we need to have a judicious view and understanding. We all know the story of a saint going into a king's palace and he taking away the gold plate or silver plate that he served, that he served food in. Then next day he suddenly realizes and brings back. Then the king says, what happened? Saint says, you find out from where these grains you cooked and served me yesterday are coming from. Then the king says, these are confiscated from the dacoits whom we caught. So the vibration of the dacoits or robbers is in the grain. Why those grains went to the dacoits? Because they were destined to go to the dacoits, because those grains had that kind of a prana of those people who had that kind of a karma. So such people will get into such kind of yonis, and they will be born into that kind of families. Like, whatever you do in this birth, you will get into that kind of line again in the future. So in a way, we are choosing our next birth. We are choosing our next parents. We are choosing our next family. So it is not like, we don't choose. Nowadays, youth says, we never chose our parents. We never chose that we should be born to you. We are born to you. That's it. You gave birth to us. We didn't ask for you to. These kind of funny arguments youth nowadays are making. We need to make them understand, buddy, you chose us. Don't tell me all this nonsense. This kind of a knowledge we should impart into them. And just one more suggestion, we are doing so much into the discussion on the Bhagavad Gita. Ultimately, Bhagavad Gita is nothing but the saramsha, the essence of all the Upanishads. That is why it is said, Sarvopanishado Gavo, all the Upanishads are cows. Dogdha Gopalanandana. Bhagavan Krishna is the one who has milked from all the cows, all the milk called the knowledge of Upanishads, and put it into one bowl called the Bhagavad Gita. All the milk from all the cows he mixed in one huge bowl and has served it to Arjuna, and through Arjuna to all of us, which means Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all the Upanishads. Then this essence, when it is coming to us, and this essence is a part of the huge scripture called Mahabharata. I keep thinking, is it a good idea for all of us to watch Mahabharata one episode at any specific date of the week and then discuss? And the
That'd be really nice.
best version of Mahabharata is B.R. Chopra's, which was telecast some 25-35 years ago, and which is very, very relevant even today. And it is available free to all of us on
Is it in
YouTube.
Hindi, Premji, or is it
It
in
is Hindi with English subtitles.
subtitles? Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Yes, I'm just putting on a suggestion on
No,
the
yeah,
table.
that's the reason I asked this
Hmm.
question. We are reading
Hmm.
this like read Vedas daily. I know we read Bhagavad Gita, as you said, it's a compilation of all these Upanishads. But is that what they are meaning by reading Vedas? That's my question. Um, at least this is the Sadhana Panchakam, so at least we follow what we read in terms of it. I know it's big Vedas, we know it's big ocean, and how are we going to go about it? So that was my question. Thanks
Yeah,
for
that is why we might have
clarification.
noticed.
Yeah.
We might have noticed that any kind of a scripture that we pick up, let it be the Tattva Bodha, Atma Bodha, Sadhana Panchakam, or anything, the meaning and the knowledge that we pick up from these scriptures, somewhere at some point in our mind, you get a link in the Bhagavad Gita. Some shloka of Bhagavad Gita, you get a link to this knowledge, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that is why it is called Sarvopajanishado Gavo Dogda Gopalanandana. He knows, because Bhagavad Gita was taught approximately 36 years before the beginning of the Kali Yuga. So after the Bhagavad Gita, after the war, 36 years Pandavas were in power. After that, Krishna decided he is leaving his body. Then he went off. The Pandavas probably are in power for some more time, I don't know. But 36 years after the war, Krishna left the body. That is when the Kali has entered. Kali was loitering around, unable to enter when Krishna was in the on the earth, roaming on the earth with his physical form. After he left, Kali has completely happily entered. That is on one side. So Krishna knew that 36 years later, Kali is going to come, and the human beings are, their life and lifestyle is going to get changed rapidly. So it is time that I give them the knowledge of all the Upanishads encapsulated into one. Like, instead of eating all vegetables and fruits containing so many vitamins, we would now in Kali Yuga, we would want to have one capsule in the morning, one capsule in the evening that gives all the medicine, all the vitamins of the day. Like that, he gave vitamin tonic to all of us in the form of Bhagavad Gita. And this Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata. So I get a feeling that why not we watch the whole Mahabharata? Then during the course of watching Mahabharata, the Gita also comes. So we'll be watching so many episodes, and from each episode we get one point. It's a slow and steady process, which I think can give us knowledge, and like one spoon of knowledge every day, which is easy to grasp and digest. Just a suggestion. Hari Om.
True. So Mahabharata is the fifth Veda also, right? That's what they say. But, thank you so much.
Yeah, I think we've gone way good sharing and nice thoughts. We'll see how we can take this forward. But for now, we'll close. We'll continue tomorrow. So you can do the Shanti part, Dr. Mara.
Sure. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Do you want to play anything, or you're okay to close here, Dr. Brahma?
Yeah, I think today it's a little late, no? So you can just play you have the meditation with you? Or I can just play the Sadhana Panchakam and then we'll close today. Let's just read this as we are listening to it.
वेदो नित्यमधीयतां तदुदितं कर्म स्वनुष्ठीयताम् तेनेशस्य विधीयतामपचितिः काम्ये मतिस्त्यज्यताम् पापौघः परिधूयतां भवसुखे दोषोऽनुसन्धीयताम् आत्मेच्छा व्यवसीयतां निजगृहात् तूर्णं विनिर्गम्यताम् सङ्गस्सत्सु विधीयतां भगवतो भक्तिर्दृढाधीयताम् शान्त्यादिः परिचीयतां दृढतरं कर्माशु सन्त्यज्यताम् सद्विद्वान्नुपसृप्यतां प्रतिदिनं तत्पादुकासेव्यताम् ब्रह्मैकाक्षरमर्थ्यतां श्रुतिशिरो वाक्यं समाकर्ण्यताम् वाक्यार्थश्च विचार्यतां श्रुतिशिरः पक्षः समाश्रीयताम् दुस्तर्कात् सुविरम्यतां श्रुतिमतस्तर्कोऽनुसन्धीयताम् ब्रह्मास्मीति विभाव्यतामहरहर्गर्वः परित्यज्यताम् देहेऽहं मतिरुज्यतां बुधजनैर्वादः परित्यज्यताम् क्षुद्व्याधिश्च चिकित्स्यतां प्रतिदिनं भिक्षौषधं भुज्यताम् स्वाद्वन्नं न तु याच्यतां विधिवशात् प्राप्तेन सन्तुष्यताम् शीतोष्णादिविषह्यतां न तु वृथा वाक्यं समुच्चार्यताम् औदासीन्यमभीप्स्यतां जनकृपानैष्ठुर्यमुत्सृज्यताम् एकान्ते सुखमास्यतां परतरे चेतः समाधीयताम् पूर्णात्मा सुसमीक्ष्यतां जगदिदं तद्बाधितं दृश्यताम् प्राक्कर्म प्रविलाप्यतां चितिबलान्नाप्युत्तरैश्लिष्यताम् प्रारब्धं त्विह भुज्यतामथ परब्रह्मात्मना स्थीयताम्
Children and their